れたものはいつか思い出すはずでしょう。消えた夢の影を探した寂しさの答え、儚さを愛触れてた風に流れて、僕は君を愛せていたか。少し気づくことが遅すぎ、ダウンですから消えてゆく明日さえも崩れ落ちてゆく。何もないここで一人きり、いつかまた最後の日を迎えられてみれ、また生まれ落ちて君が望む日を。
Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. I'm here to talk about this TikToker named Miriam Yarimi, who happens to be 32 years old. And this one's actually going to be the most disturbing TikToker that I'm about to talk about, because she was driving under a suspended license. On top of that, she literally went through a red light and literally hit 4 people at a crosswalk.
They were crossing Ocean Parkway when an Audi came flying through the red light, hitting an Uber waiting to turn and violently crashing into the family. A separate family, by the way, in the rideshare. They had minor injuries, but there was another family there. But the impact, as I mentioned, obliterated Natasha and her kids. The Audi, allegedly driven by Miriam Yarimi, rolled, ended up on its hood more than 100 feet away from the crash, according to investigators. 8-year-old Diana, 5-year-old Deborah, they were killed along with their mother. And as I mentioned, Natasha's 4-year-old son was hospitalized. And after being cut out of her Audi, Yarimi, the suspect in this case, the defendant who had just minor physical injuries, was allegedly rambling at the scene about how agents from the CIA were out to get her and how she had the devil in her.
So unfortunately, the people that passed away were the mother and her 2 daughters. The 4-year-old, good thing he was able to make it out alive, but he still has a long way to go. He's still suffering severe injuries, but the fortunate part, he will be able to make it out alive. The thing is though, I'm wondering how the father and the son are even able to go through this, and I can assure you that they're gonna most likely go through a lot of PTSD after this event.
I won't let you get away with this! Listen very carefully. You must leave this planet now and take Piccolo with you. Got it?
But going back to Miriam Yarimi, so not only is this woman reckless, she's very demonic, and I gotta be real about that, because she literally was rambling on after that incident. Didn't really show any sort of empathy for the people that she ran over. Didn't even mention them once. She would all go on and say how the FBI agents are after her, and that she's possessed. I would say she's just clearly sociopathic based on her facial expression. And again, you'll be surprised that she's been driving with a suspended license for years.
According to a New York website that aggregates public information about traffic violations connected to license plates, Miss Yarimi has racked up almost 100 traffic tickets in just the past 3 years. Quite an achievement.
And the reason I was able to confirm she was a TikToker, because she literally made a video on TikTok showing off her license plate.
Guys, I just got my new license plate. It's official. I'm officially a wig maker by law. Ah! Oh my god! It looks so good! Wig maker, hit me up! Oh my god, just pull me over. Get at me.
I'm gonna try extremely hard to maintain my composure, and I mean extremely hard.
So literally being stupid enough to let the cops know that she's the one responsible, because what people don't seem to realize is that the license plate can determine the amount of charges that you owe, or the amount of traffic violations you made, and if you've ever been stopped by the police before. So she clearly has a track record of actually violating a bunch of roads and illegally continuing to drive with a suspended license.
That plate had nearly 100 traffic violations connected to it between September 2023 and March 2025, when Yarimi was arrested for this crash. And the site shows that Yarimi's wig maker, again with an 8, that license plate, has been associated with 70 parking violations and 21 speeding tickets. And she's been caught on camera running red lights at least 5 times.
So I can't say whether it has to do with alcohol, but I can't help but think it has to do with drugs. But the issue is, people are talking about they should ban alcohol, but the thing is, though, as much as I want to consider not for the majority of people want, or for a lot of people supporting alcohol who are advocates of that. The thing is, though, it is making a lot of business, a lot of revenue, so they see no reason to ban alcohol, because it feels like, even though it's destroying the economy, is making a lot of people rich, and there are a lot of people who can't help themselves. So sometimes you gotta be responsible with how you drink. We can argue that these bars probably need to be closed down and stuff, but at the same time, it's it depends how you carry yourself when you're drinking alcohol. But that's the only way people can make business. And I'm not just saying for everyone, but for certain people who are making a living.
One thing is very clear. This car had many violations, right? Speeding tickets, running red light tickets. The vehicle has been ticketed so many times. The driver, the allegation, you heard it in court, has a suspended license as well. What's very clear is that she should not have been on the road that day. Had she not been on the road driving that Audi on that day, this family would have survived this terrible incident. In terms of her psychiatric history of defense, we heard nothing from her lawyer today about that, so I'm not going to speculate about what those conditions are, if any.
I do want to get into the important part, is that this woman claims she pleaded not guilty. She claims that she had no control of her own actions when she clearly does. It's just a lack of remorse. She has no sympathy for the family, Not once has she ever brought them up. So me personally, I feel like this isn't anything new, but I truly think that the courts need to take this more serious when it comes to people who are under DUI, driving under the influence.
That is it. Guards, give him the death sentence.
Because you're not really setting an example. I personally believe that if they were to give, and I can't assume whether to say life, but if they were to take this more seriously, even though yes, they have police on patrol making sure to check their alcohol level, but the thing is though, they most likely probably, the thing is though, these people probably get it light when it comes to murder, even if it's not intentional. Like the moment they take someone's life and then they realize they're like a drunk driver, at most sometimes they get like around 15 to 20 to 25 years, and they don't, even though that there's a huge amount of time lost, depending on their behavior. If they decide to like do good on their behalf while in prison, like whether they decide to be on good behavior, there's a chance that they might get lesser time than what the judge has given them. But the issue is that the courts aren't taking these people serious enough. They're not getting the punishment that they deserve for them to actually make an example out of these people. Because once you make an example, then these people feel that they have a reason to be scared not to actually follow up with this crime. And again, the murder might not be intentional, but it was their choice to drive while under the influence. So people need to realize it wasn't a mistake, a lapse of judgment, or that's like someone like cut them off, or basically some other person in the car. It was their own decision. One thing that really pisses me off about drunk drivers, you guys, the fact that they don't think about the lives of others, and they don't seem to care whether they endanger others, and not think about the risks of driving while under the influence. So it's like, at the same time, it's like, how can you even have sympathy for these people? If anything, it justifies why anybody would wish the worst for them, because when they show no remorse and they try to pity themselves, they make it seem like the other people's lives don't matter, and that it was all like a mistake, that they had no control of the vehicle. But like, if you have no control, then you might as well not drive and try to get an Uber to take you home. But I do want to send my condolences to the son, and if his father, if he is looking after if he was there for the family, and if he does care for them, I definitely do send my regards. And hopefully this woman gets the maximum time that she deserves and doesn't make it out ever, in my eyes, because whether it may not be premeditated or if it was intentional, again, her face shows that she had no regard for their lives, and she definitely deserves like maximum time without any pity whatsoever. But I feel like I said enough, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check your notifications. Comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.
I
ってリンゴブラウス読みが